With its trademark red and black funnels, Cunard is one of the world's most recognised heritage cruise brands in the world. And while a lot of cruise lines proudly boast about their history, there's only one that can really trace their roots back to 1840. The modern-day Cunard line started over in Canada when a local businessman called Samuel Cunard won a contract from the British government to carry the Royal Mail from Britain to North America on a fleet of steamships that would maintain a weekly service. In 1881, Cunard introduced the first electrical lights at sea and the first ever steel ship. As the 19th turned into the 20th century, they helped carry over 5 million immigrants, many of them British, to the New World. In 1901, they facilitated the first use of modern radio. They played a major role in both world wars, losing over 20 ships between 1914 to 1918, including being involved in the longest ever ship-to-ship naval battle. In 1922, Cunard's Laconia made the first ever world cruise, and many successive Cunard liners held the coveted Blue Ribbon Trophy for being the fastest across the Atlantic. The Queen Mary, who, along with her sisters Queen Elizabeth and Aquitania, were hailed by Winston Churchill as shortening World War II by almost 2 years. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, the British crew members who became known as Cunard Yanks helped to introduce American fashion and musical culture to the UK, influencing Mersey Beat and, of course, the Beatles. Cruising with Cunard became synonymous with celebrities like Frank Sinatra, Walt Disney, Charlie Chaplin and Elizabeth Taylor. Spring forward to today, and Cunard have 3 ships called the Queen Mary II, Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth. Together, of course, they're known as the Queens. This small but perfectly formed fleet incorporate all that illustrious history and tradition, but with a wonderful level of modern luxury. They recently celebrated the 175th anniversary of their first transatlantic sailing in Liverpool, which kind of epitomises how the line keep up with its traditional background. Excitingly, Cunard have recently announced that a 4th ship is on the way. And at the point of filming, although she's not yet been named, we do know she'll carry 3,000 passengers and will be delivered in 2022. More coming with Planet Cruise Weekly on this in the future. Now, it is worth noting that Queen Mary II, which was my last ship, and I spent wonderful couple of years as entertainment director on her, is today's only true ocean liner. What do we mean by that? Well, very simply, because this is something I get asked a lot, she's designed to go across the Atlantic in all weathers. She is stronger, she's smoother, she's sleeker than a traditional cruise ship. In other words, she doesn't reach her full width until further on along the hull. Her hull is reinforced and the bridge sits back further. And she's more powerful. In fact, she's the fastest passenger ship in the world. All these things designed to help her keep to a regular Atlantic or transatlantic timetable. Now, Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth are built more as cruise ships in a liner style. So they've got the heritage and the traditional styling of a liner, but built on a cruise ship. But all 3 queens are fantastic and a great way to help you explore the world. On top of this, Cunard don't just offer cruises that essentially are transatlantics, which is Southampton, New York, Southampton. They also offer a lot of wonderful cruises based out of Southampton, yes, that explore the Mediterranean and go into the Baltic and go over into Northern Europe and beyond. And then they also position their ships all around the world to help you enjoy places like Australasia and Asia and the Far East and Africa. And of course, they do their ever popular 3 to 3.5 month world cruises. Dining on a Cunard ship is a chance to experience a stylish and vibrant atmosphere and to dine on freshly prepared dishes which range from twists on traditional favourites to contemporary selections. Passengers are assigned one of the 3 reserved seating restaurants according to the cabin category they've booked, but all serve tasty continental fare from fowl and steaks to seafood and pasta and lighter spa fare. Now, with the Grills restaurants, they also offer the option of making special meal requests and a plethora of tableside live cooking offerings, which still, for me, are some of the most amazing dining experiences I've ever enjoyed. The main dining restaurant most people will eat in is a stylish and vibrant atmospheric place offering traditional favourites to contemporary selections, and this place is called Britannia. Now if you're travelling in a Britannia Club balcony stateroom, you can choose to eat in the Britannia Club restaurant for breakfast, lunch or dinner, and this is a smaller, more intimate restaurant and gives you a more flexible time frame of when you can dine for dinner. Then there's another 2 restaurants exclusive for the suite guests, and again this depends on your suite category. So you have the Princess Grills and then you have the Queen's Grill. Dishes range here from exquisite contemporary creations to Cunard classics. You can go for the daily menu or you can go a la carte. And again, examples of some of this amazing cuisine are like the terrine of Kentish goat's cheese or Devon crab cannelloni, followed by wild Atlantic turbot, or Only ground Chateaubriand, rounded off with a Grand Marnier soufflé. All of it is simply amazing. All 3 Queens feature a casual 24-hour buffet restaurant, and here there is everything from carved meats and pizza and Asian dishes to made-to-order pastas and salads. There's also burgers and hot dogs up on deck, and of course an amazing traditional afternoon tea is served daily and accompanied by a string quartet. Now it's a truly white glove affair, and it's served in the lovely 2-deck high Queen's Room, which is a ballroom, in an almost ceremonial throwback to an altogether grander age of travel, and it represents Cunard's commitment to its heritage. Now the afternoon tea is included in the price of the cruise, and it's a real spectacle. We're talking cucumber sandwiches with the crusts cut off, beautiful warm scones of different varieties, and then you've got of course that wonderful cream and jam, and you get to choose what you go with first, cream first or jam first, or you go Devon or Cornwall, Cornwall or Devon. There's also a separate British pub, the Golden Lion, which serves traditional pub grub like cottage pie, fish and chips and bangers and mash at lunchtime. Their tikka masala is an absolute must-try, and along with the food there's a wide range of entertainment here, including live sports coverage, pub games, lively quizzes and the karaoke. Now, on top of this you can watch all the big sporting events here too. Now if you're looking for something a little extra special, then make sure within your trip you visit Cunard's main speciality restaurant, the Veranda, which features speciality seafood and tender cooked-to-order prime cuts. There's also the King's Court or the Lido, which are alternative venues that include Aztec with its Mexican flavours, the Asian delicacies of bamboo, the Italian-themed La Piazza, and the Smokehouse, inspired by a classic American grill. On Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth, you can even have the choice to indulge in dining al fresco at the Lido, and it's worth noting, of course, that this is weather permitting, but it's an exciting way for you to experience being on the open sea or in a special destination. On top of this, it can be accompanied with live entertainment, and there's a delicious selection of made-to-order lighter bites, hearty grill options, or a full menu based on sunny Mediterranean or Caribbean cuisine. On Queen Mary II and Queen Victoria, they offer a perfect treat for chocolate lovers. It's Godiva at Sir Samuel's, and this is a venue where you can try a perfect blend of tea or coffee and an exquisite selection of confectionery by Belgian chocolatier Godiva. So by day, there's the option to have wine tastings or attend bingo or take part in bridge. Plus, there's the Cunard Insights, which are extensive lectures and workshop offerings. I passionately believe still the best at sea. There's going to be professors, authors, celebrities, and other wonderfully informed people that speak about all kinds of things, from ocean liner history to music to architecture to science, and so much more. I used to love introducing them as the entertainment director on board and sitting there and listening and soaking up what they were giving us. Queen Mary II also carries Oxford Dons for classroom learning and offers workshops with students from the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, RADA. These are incredible, and of course that includes performances. That's during the transatlantic season, so you get performances of a lot of Shakespeare or Chaucer's work, and then some amazing drama workshops afterwards. Continuing the learning on board, there's also a chance to become an expert with the Lions Wine Academy, and you can actually earn a Wine and Spirit Education Trust Level 1 award while on the ship. There will be expert sommeliers, of course, on boards sailing with you on your voyage, and the wine cellars are really extensive, so a great selection of different wines for you to enjoy. Plus there are tasting sessions and pairing seminars, all to do with wine. The ship's large and super stocked libraries are some of the best at sea, and each ship's collection of museum quality Cunard and ship memorabilia is impressive and truly worth a look. Plus, the Three Queens have a wonderful and luxurious spa and fitness centre with all the latest equipment and classes on offer. Plus, there's several swimming pools on board, opportunity for shuffleboard, quoits, paddle tennis up on deck, and on all three there's a wide range of fitness classes you can take. One that is standout is the fencing classes, which are available on board. Yep, fencing classes. You get donned up, get the helmet, get the fencing, and then you get taught by a fencing instructor how to do some basic fencing. It's really, really good fun. One of the real standout features of Queen Mary 2 is that she hosts the first ever dedicated planetarium at sea, which is absolutely incredible. Your seats go back, and then this huge great dome gets lowered down from the ceiling, and you have this incredible star show narrated by some truly famous narrators that you will recognise. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity, and there's very few tickets available, so you have to get in quick when you get on board and book this up because it's incredibly popular. That venue is called Illuminations. It's also a luxury 3D cinema, and also classical music is played in there, plus it's used as a lecture theatre. So it has lots of different areas, but definitely whatever you do, make sure you actually experience those planetarium shows, which are truly mind-boggling. Surprisingly to some, Cunard's 3 ships offer some really good kids facilities. Some holiday cruises and transatlantic crossings do see lots of families travelling on board, and the bright, cheery and well-stocked playroom has a supervised drop-off programme catering to kids from 2 to 12 years old. And on top of this, teens are offered plenty of activities around the ships too. There's a mix of certified British nannies as well as other qualified activity counsellors, and they run the fun and games. And the best thing is the whole thing's complimentary, and that goes right up to midnight with basically the kind of babysitting service that they offer as well, giving you a chance to go and get a meal, see some entertainment and have some adult time. The ship also has an outdoor play area, which is just outside the playroom. There's also a little pool there dedicated for the children, which is really, really good fun. Now, with most cruise lines, the only chance you'll ever get to travel with your animal is if it's a service animal that maybe helps with a disability. But on Queen Mary 2, it's unique because they have kennels, which during the transatlantic season offers you the chance to take your pet, cat or dog on board with you and get them over to the States or back from the States. It is very busy, you do have to book a year in advance, but it's a great service. They get walked every day, of course, they get fed and looked after, and I used to love the welcome show on board. I would always read out the manifest of all the different cat and dog names, because you just get some really, really funny ones there, and it's just interesting to know you're sharing your cruise or your transatlantic crossing with some fluffy friends. Cunard offer plenty of entertainment options. In the theatre, there's the chance to watch the resident Royal Court singers and dancers stage dazzling West End style productions, or there'll be Shakespeare plays. There are also hand-picked vocalists and instrumentalists, aerial performers and illusionists, stand-up comedians and variety entertainers. Now, the theatres on board are lavish in the true Matcham style of theatre. Really beautiful with huge proscenium arches and dedicated theatre boxes. Very much theatres that would rival anything you'd find in the West End or Broadway. And on Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth, you can experience this, as I mentioned, from your own theatre box, like royalty. The Queen's ballroom on each ship are the largest ballrooms at sea, accompanied by a live orchestra. Yes, you did hear me right, a live orchestra. It's very rare in the cruise industry these days. And it's the perfect chance to maybe dance the night away under beautiful crystal chandeliers. On top of this, if you are in need of a partner, there will be a selection of male dance hosts available. Now, there's a nightclub on all 3 Queens. On Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria, it's called the Yacht Club, and on Queen Mary 2, it's called G32. Both venues give you the chance to stay up late into the evening and get on your dancing shoes. And it's split between a resident live DJ and also a resident party band, normally a 5-piece party band. So a really nice mix of music for you to enjoy all night, and it just keeps on going into the early hours, basically until you decide when it stops. On top of this, there will be selected cruises where there will be popular theme nights from 60s and 70s and 80s, such as Saturday Night Fever and Shake, Rattle and Roll. And of course, if all you want to do is soak up a good movie, then there's the chance to enjoy a movie at sea, or sometimes on the sea days as well, in the early evening or the afternoon. Each graded stateroom includes 24-hour room service. Yes, 24-hour room service included. You normally pay for that with other lines. Satellite TV, multi-language channels with that satellite TV as well, tea and coffee making facilities, direct dial telephone, a refrigerator, a nightly turn down service with a chocolate, hairdryer, safe, shower, Penhaligon's toiletries, which is very posh, daily fresh fruit upon request, fluffy bathrobe and slippers, and you'll be greeted to your cabin and in your cabin with a complimentary bottle of wine. Plus, it's worth noting that the plugs are both British 3-pin and American 2-pin, so everyone's happy. The names of the staterooms on a Cunard ship are based on where you dine on the ship. So it could be a Queen's Grill, a Princess Grill, Britannia Club or Britannia Stateroom. Basically though, there's something definitely to suit you. In a Britannia Stateroom, on top of what we mentioned, you'll receive a half bottle of sparkling wine and a chance to eat in the Britannia restaurant either at 6 p.m. or at 8:30 p.m. In a Britannia Club Stateroom, you'll receive a bottle of sparkling wine, a pillow concierge menu, and the chance to dine in the Britannia Club restaurant between 6:30 and 9 p.m, which means it's much more open sitting. In a Princess Grill suite, you'll be given priority embarkation, a concierge service, sparkling wine and chocolates, daily fresh fruit, illy coffee machine, personalised stationery, an atlas, a pillow concierge menu, a bath, as well as a shower, soft velour robes and slippers, enhanced toiletries, as well as dining in the Princess Grill between 6:30 and 9 p.m. Queen's Grill suites, which is the top level if you like, offer priority embarkation and disembarkation, and also priority for the tender services if there's any during the cruise. There's a butler service, a concierge service, champagne and chocolates, a complimentary stocked bar, pre-dinner canapes, an iPad, personalised stationery, books and an atlas, a bath as well as a shower, those soft velour robes and slippers, and enhanced toiletries. On top of all this, you'll dine in the Queen's Grill restaurant between 6:30 to 9 p.m. On top of all this, if you choose a Princess or Queen's Grill suite, then you'll have exclusive access to the Courtyard Grills Lounge and Grills Terrace. That's with Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth, but on Queen Mary II, you'll have exclusive access to the Grills Lounge and Terrace. It's the same thing, it's a ship within a ship complex, but it's just the layout on the ships is slightly different. Hope that makes sense. There is a lot of information I've given you there. If you've got any questions at all, you're not sure, just call the number below and speak to one of the team. Now, of course, evenings on board Cunard cruises are incredible affairs. Great opportunity to go and see some great entertainment, to dine in beautiful locations with wonderful food, and also sometimes, if you want to, on certain evenings to really dress up or dress down. Plus, you can rent various outfits on the ship in the onboard shops. But let's give you a general idea of what to wear on certain nights. Now, there is a common misconception with Cunard that every single night's a gala night and you have to be dressed to the nines whenever you go out. And as I say, it is a misconception. Yes, there are maybe 2 or 3 gala evenings every week, which are a great opportunity to get dressed up in a tuxedo or a dinner jacket or a beautiful cocktail dress and a lovely pair of heels, should you wish. But there are also lots of opportunities just to get dressed up smartly and go out and enjoy yourself in the evening. It will always be put down there on the daily newsletter what they're recommending, and it's a recommendation. And of course, during the day, it's a lot more about being relaxed and comfortable. So there we have it. That's all we have to say about Cunard. Now, it was quite a lot, wasn't it? That's what happens when you get someone who loves Cunard and worked for them for many years to kind of get involved in something like this. So thanks for bearing with us. These are incredible ships. It's one of my favourite lines. And really, it's an opportunity to travel from Southampton to New York or just to explore the world. They are a great company to choose. Please share this video, let others know about Cunard and about what they can offer. And also, if you're interested in a cruise with Cunard, call the number on the screen now, because we've got literally thousands of deals on our website. This is Planet Cruise Weekly. I'm Keith Maynard, and keep cruising. Hi everyone, thanks very much for watching the video. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe below, and remember to click the bell to get those notifications turned on. And if you're looking for more fantastic travel content like this, then click on the videos to the right. It will be really informative. Or you can click on the Planet logo to the left and go to our website for some really fantastic deals. Thanks for watching.